For project 15, the one where the light turns on when the button is pressed and it turns off when the button is pressed again. This is our Arduino code. We have Boolean tactile set to false because the button's not pressed right now. Boolean previous tactile set to false because the button was not pressed before this. And then our setup, we could see pin mode 5 is the output, pin mode 2 is the input. And then getting into our loop, we have tactile set for digital read 2. And our first if statement is if tactile is true and previous tactile is false, it'll turn the light on. Wait 250 milliseconds. That delay is really important because if you think you're pressing the button once, it'll go through multiple presses and mess up the code. So that delay really just helps everything run smoothly. And then we set previous tactile to true because the button was just now pressed. And then our second if statement, if that is not true, it will set the button on, it will set the light on, wait 250 milliseconds, that delay is very important, and then set previous tactile to false. So ideally it should, on the first button, it'll turn on the second button, it'll turn off. We could see this in our Arduino. As we can see, the first time I press it, it turns on, the second time, it turns off, turns on, and it turns off. And then this is our flow chart. We could see we have our Boolean tactile, our previous tactile, and then our pin modes. And then we could see for our loop, we have the tactile set to digital read. And then this is our if statement. If it's true, it'll go through, turn the light on, and set previous tactile to true. And then it'll go through the loop. And then once that happens, it'll go through the false, turn the light off, previous tactile to false, and it'll basically keep on doing that every time you turn it on. It'll turn on, but if it's the second time, then it'll turn off, and vice versa.